Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm going to be doing my presentation on lettering and service. This is my first time ever lettering and service, and I don't know why I waited so long to do it, because I absolutely loved everything about it and how I felt when I was doing it. So from a young age, I was involved in service in the community because my mother's job involves helping the community, making sure everybody is safe, and giving everything back that she can. So she always does her job with drive and such efficiency, and that it has been portrayed onto me. And so, as I experienced that I had this amount of drive, I wanted to give it back to the community in more ways than one. And so, making sure that I was giving them 100% effort so they could have as much out of the community as they could possibly have, so they were living safe and doing everything they could. So, I started my service opportunities very small, kind of helping my neighbors, such as mowing their lawn, raking leaves, picking up sticks, cutting trees that had fallen down, and then stacking them into piles so they could use it as firewood. And then, obviously, because we live in Minnesota, shoveling and de-icing the driveway. But I experienced these smaller tasks and figured I wanted to give back to the community more in bigger ways. So I talked to my mom to see what opportunities there were that I could do bigger events. And so she told me that there was an event called Shop with a Cop where you go and help kids get presents from wherever to give back to their families. So you go and you wrap them and you label them and you put them in groups and you check people in and stuff like that. And so when I first went, I was nervous that I was going to be like one of the youngest people there and not experienced whatsoever. But when I went, everybody made sure that I was doing okay and had everything that I needed to. I wasn't lost, and they weren't leaving me behind in the dust. And I realized I wasn't the youngest person there, but there were also people from every age group there. So people who were 70 were still giving back to the community, making sure that everything was how they wanted it to be because they're living in it. And so I experienced that and realized how much of a positive impact it had. So I have still kept up and am doing that service. But I also realized that sports when I was younger made a huge impact on my life as well. And so I was trying to figure out ways that I could give back in those aspects as well. Because when I was younger, I didn't have an older sister to look up to. And so at these sports camps, the volunteers acted as an older sister, helping me overcome these milestones and hardships of any sport that I was at. And so I looked into basketball, volleyball, and softball camps and where I could teach younger kids as well the fundamentals of sports. Because when I looked back on these experiences, I realized that helping the younger kids now means you make a bigger impact on how they see the sport and how they see everything in life, because you help them overcome this huge milestone, so it gives them a better positive attitude about anything they do. And so as they're younger, they can also realize that you are able to help them, and as they grow old, they can teach younger kids as well. So I liked that aspect of how you're helping not only younger kids, but the future generations of younger kids as well. So my role models, besides my mother, have been my grandmothers, my cousin Andrea, and Bronwyn's sister Ellen. Now, they were my role models when I was younger because they always told me that you can do anything you put your mind to, but you also have to broaden your horizons to become a more well-rounded and experienced person. So that's why I decided to do a football managing service opportunity this year. Now, it is one of the more difficult or interesting service opportunities I've done. I have never played football. I don't really watch football a lot, so it was all kind of new to me and a little bit of a challenge. But I was there to film practices and games, fill up water bottles, and those giant Gatorade jugs, which are not light, by the way. And so they didn't know it, but I was also having an impact from them as they were having a smaller impact from me because I was allowing them to have full water bottles so they didn't have to run and get them. But they were having an impact on me because I was experiencing something that I've never experienced before. It was a completely different learning opportunity. And so they were able to provide that to me without even realizing. But what I also realized is that the bond between the team is very unique, that they rely on each other and they keep it real, like they help each other and they get through each other's milestones together. It's not on their own. And so while also learning this, I realized that I wanted to keep doing these difficult or interesting service opportunities. So I've been looking around for service opportunities to do when I grow older and when I'm in college. Now, luckily for me, the college that I'm going to, South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, has a huge dorm related around service, so you can submit some of your service applications to get into the dorm, but sadly I didn't know about it in time, so I'm not able to do that. But I have, based on my research, realized that there is a complete service group where they dedicate their time to go raking leaves and helping pick up trash and going to some elderly homes. And so you're still giving back in that aspect because it's a big city, so you have many opportunities to help. And so I've realized that as I grow older, you are able to help your community and give back because you're always encouraging people, and you can continue volunteering as you grow older and discovering who you can help. Okay.